So it is now Friday. Yes, it's not 11 o'clock, it's about 20 after 11. And this is Dave Fanale with episode 20. I believe it's 20 of Real Estate Talk TGIF. That's Thank God It's Fanale. And yes, that is my name, but it's also Friday. And it's a special Friday today, November 23rd. Guess where I am? Believe it or not, I have dragged people to the mall because it's Black Friday. Why? Because there are special deals, and I got here real early. Did I find anything? No. Am I buying any presents for anybody? Nobody's really been that good enough for me to buy them presents. Ha! So anyway, what does Black Friday mean to you? No, I take that back. Do you know what Black Friday means to the retail world? Someone asked me this question last night, and I said, it's the day, that first day of the year where retail stores are basically go into the black for the year. Sad, right? It's almost the end of the 11th month of the year, depending on their fiscal year, and it's the day they actually go into the black because of all the Christmas shopping. That's why it's called Black Friday. Interesting. And you know what? It's not that crowded here. But last night when I passed the malls in New Jersey, the Garden State Plaza is probably the biggest mall in the state. It was packed at 7:30, 8 o'clock. Dick's Sporting Goods, packed. Just amazing on Thanksgiving. Why don't you guys just have Thanksgiving and not do anything and just hang out with family and talk? You know, someone said he wanted to play a game after dinner last night, and then one of the young people in the crowd said, why don't we just talk? I thought that was cool. Anyway, so Black Friday, does it have its relevance to the real estate market, to the real estate world? Well, not necessarily the real estate market, but how about your real estate business? So if you're doing business on a regular basis and you're doing, you know, maybe you're just a new person just doing a few deals a year, or maybe you're that large new entrepreneur doing 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 deals a year. When does that Black Friday happen for you? Now, I know most real estate agents really don't spend much money on their business. So that Black Friday, honestly, could be after the first transaction, depending on when that is, right? And it's just kind of amazing where, you know, it just people don't spend money. You know, Gary Vaynerchuk, great marketer, the marketer I think in the world, said at a conference at the Inman Connect in San Francisco 2 years ago, he said to real estate agents, this is 2 years ago, if you're not spending $1,000 a month on marketing your real estate business, it's laughable. That's right, laughable. And he criticized everyone for that. You know, that was pretty much spot on at that point. I'm going to tell you now that, and that was on Facebook ads, I'm going to tell you now that that number should be $1,500 to $2,000 on a total spend of marketing for yourself. So let's see. So you spend $2,000 a month on marketing. That's $24K a year. And if you're doing 12 transactions, that's probably going to mean that after 4 transactions or 5 transactions, that's Black Friday for you. So think about it. What do you want to make next year? And if you haven't started a business plan, now a business plan starts with, I always like to build it from the ground up, but first I got to start from the top and work my way back. So let's say it's 10 transactions or 10 million in volume. Let's use that number. A lot of people that's not fathomable for, but the real, you know, movers and shakers, and I'm not talking about hustlers because, you know, if you look at hustle ain't gonna make it for you. Grind ain't gonna make it for you. Doing the work and delegating the work to the right people is gonna make it for you. That's the kind of hustle. So let's look at it this way. So you spend that kind of money and you set your plan up to achieve, let's say 10 million, right? As I said, how many transactions do you need average in your market to reach 10 million? So let's just use easy math, right? So 500,000 is the average house. So that would mean you would need 20 transactions at 500,000 to make that number, right? So let's say that after that 500,000, you're getting, you know, you're making $15,000 on that 500,000. Let's say 12,000, 12.5. How many of those you need? Oh, that would be 2. But then again, you have all your other expenses, your gas, your car, all that stuff. So let's say that that's 2 transactions, all your expenses. So now you're at 4 transactions. Do you guys get my point? What kind of return you really have on your investment? Have you ever thought about that? One of the things that I try to do is there's two sheets I use. One's called the profit system, and the other's called the referral tracking system. Now, this is a way for you to assure yourself of making your achievement, your goal, right? Look, a goal is nothing without the action steps and the commitment to those action steps to achieve how much money you want to make, right? So it's one thing to have a goal, but really if you look at that word goal, that's just a dream. Because so many people in our lives, when they use the word goal and they make a goal, it just means that, you know what, if they don't get it, yeah, maybe next year. And that's just such bullshit. I just don't know why people think that way. Here's the thing. If you really want to achieve a goal, maybe you need some help. Maybe you need an accountability partner. Maybe you need a coach. Or maybe you need someone just to talk to every now and then. Maybe you need a friend, whether whether they're a colleague close or a colleague far away. Who knows? You know, there's a lot of people that have accountability friends and accountability partners in different places. So they don't have to be your next door neighbors. Even there's the telephone these days. You heard of that, right? And also Zoom video, even Skype. I mean, you can still use that to way to have an accountability partner, have a practice partner, that kind of thing. You know, so think about that. But here's the thing. You set your goal. You know how much money that is. You know what the action steps are. And I'm talking about the accountability partner or a practice partner. Practice is one thing that we don't do, right? Yesterday, if you watched football, you looked at the Detroit-Chicago Bear game. And all they did was talk about that these two teams played each other 10 days earlier. And what it did was it made it easier for them to play each other in 10 days in a short turnaround. And they actually had a clock on how long it was since I think Chicago had played, which was 84 hours. Man, you think all the hitting and all the hard stuff you got to do on a football field, and you're playing just a little more than 3 days later and doing the same thing. Your body has not had time to recover. That's probably why Trubisky didn't play yesterday, because he needed a few more days to recover from that shoulder soreness. Anyway, I digress. But here's the thing, they practiced for it. They were ready for it. And that's one thing we're not doing. When we set a business plan, we set a number, we've got to put down practice time. We've got to put down prospecting time. Look, the practice time, the business time, the prospecting time, and doing your numbers work, which is just as important as anything else in your business. You've got to do the numbers in your game, right? You got to know what you're like. Look at baseball. It's all analytical. We're talking about, all right, so since I'm a Yankee fan, they always talk about how they're going to use analytics next year. It's in the numbers. So if you're not doing your numbers, which is your referral tracker, who's referring you? How are you getting your business? How much are you spending to get that business? And what is the return on that investment? And then there's a lot more people walking by, and they're all looking at me really crazy, right? So, and then there's, do you have a list and a handle on what all your expenses are? What are your personal expenses? What are your business expenses? Do you have an investment? Do they have expenses? It all comes together for your plan and for you to reach that personal Black Friday that much earlier, that much sooner. I firmly believe that you should be reaching your personal Black Friday no later than March every year. That's right, March. Now, if you've got a big team and a lot more expenses, it just makes it bigger, but you're still making that money. So if you're doing really, really well, Black Fridays are going to come in March. If you're not doing well, Black Friday should come in March. If you're only doing a few transactions and you want to do more, Black Friday's an important day for you to plan for. That's what you should be looking forward to. Not Christmas. Not taking the 6 weeks off that every realtor takes. Oh, I didn't mention that? Yep, this is like in the middle of the beginning of that typical 6-week vacation for most real estate agents. And if you're taking it, I just hit you between the eyes. So get off your ass, get off the couch, and go back and start planning the next 6 weeks, because you need to get systems in place and action steps ready to move forward. And maybe you should start them now, because I'm telling you, December is the best time in our business. Look, if you want to talk more about what I've talked about here, or you have a question about what I've talked about, or you just want to chat about maybe how you can improve your business, no cost, no charge, no nothing. I'm not going to charge anything. Go to reskillbuilder.com and you can set up a time to discuss this stuff with me. Because look, sometimes you just need somebody to talk to. Sometimes you just need a real person. There's not going to be any BS about me asking you to spend money or to hire me. I'm not going to do that. What I want you to do is succeed. That's it. Can you succeed the way you're doing it now? Are you stuck? Do you need a nudge? Are you new, don't know where to start or don't know how to start, and you've got everything in your hands, you got all the systems, it's like a white puzzle, you just don't know how to put it together again. It's time for you to take that leap. You know, if you're stuck and you don't want to hire anybody, I'll give you a quick thing. I got this from Rebecca Mountain, great person, great coach from Canada, a book called The Big Leap. Get that book, get it on Audible, go through it, because it's going to help you with your self-limiting beliefs that you may not even know you have. My name's Dave Fanale, Real Estate Skill Builder. This is Real Estate Talk, TGIF. Thank God it's Fanale. You know what? I thank God for me too. But here's the most important thing, and I hope you listen to the end. I bet on me. I hope you're betting on you too. Hey, have a great rest of your Thanksgiving weekend. We'll see you next Friday. We got a special guest coming up for you. Hopefully they show up this time. Thanks so much. Take care. Bye.